Hold on, y'all. 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 Hold on. Waiting for my guest to come here. Waiting for my guest to come here. Waiting for my guest to come here. Oh, wait. All right, see it just gonna work. You. You. Yeah. What's up, bro?
You can hear me?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, you good.
All right. Man, what's up, man?
First off, glove up, because you said 8 o'clock, though.
Hey, man, look, bro. It's been a while since I did this, man. I gotta look, y'all. I gotta shake the rust off, y'all. My bad.
All good, all good, all good. What's going on, brother?
Man, I'm just chilling, man. Just ready for the fall, man. Seeing if anything gonna be different, bro.
Looks like it will be.
Yeah. How y'all coming along, man?
So far, just trying to close the year out and start the new year.
Yeah.
Which for us would be June 1st, because our band camp actually has been moved up a week or two, however you want to count it.
Mm-hmm.
So just hopeful, bro. This is gonna be a interesting year for us as a school.
Yeah. Well, Joe, man, for the people who don't know you, man, give a brief introduction of yourself.
For those who don't know me, I'm Joe Johnson. I am the assistant band director at Martin Luther King Charter High School, Dr. King Charter High School, Martin Luther King Jr. School of Technology, and all that good stuff too, however many names you want to call it. I'm the assistant band director over there. The head band director is Charlie B. Charles Brooks.
All right. So Joe, man, why should somebody join y'all band as opposed to other bands in the city? Like what make your band stand out?
What I feel makes our band stand out is, I'm trying to put this correctly, but it's a good program. We strive hard, specifically education is first. If you're not good with education, I don't want to say you're no good to us, but we look for the best as far as education. We set marks in our own school for education. A couple of years ago, 2019, the valedictorian and salutatorian of the school were both band members, and both on the same line, same section, and they were actually brother and sister.
Damn.
You know, but this is not the first time the valedictorian of the school was a band member. This is the 7th time, and possibly an 8th time this year. You know, and possibly in second time the valedictorian and salutatorian is possibly from the band. So we put education first and foremost, before you even pick up a horn. Your GPA has to be there. If your GPA is not there, we work with you to get you there. You know, so for any parent that may be listening, we strive education first. Marching, all that stuff is good, but we strive for you to be a student first. Outside of that, I think our program has a lot to offer as far as things you can learn, specifically music education, whether that be in the form of technology. Not just us as band directors and staff, we work with our kids with talents we may see from them. Couple of years ago, guy I noticed was good at fixing, game controllers. I was like, hey, look, this is the business model. If you want to start your own business doing this, blah, blah, blah. And, eventually he's in college. He's actually at Talladega on their trumpet line. But, he's looking into furthering himself to learn how to do a business. And we already set and established everything with him as far as prior knowledge, per se. So we do a good job as a band, as a family. This school is new, although it's not new in the same instant. For those who don't know, King used to be Alfred Lawless. That's what used to be on that school grounds. Lawless is no longer here. Their memory is still there throughout the school. If you look at our school buildings, it's actually on the internet. You can actually view the school from when they built the school. Lawless colors is all over the school. If you look on the side of the school, it says at Alfred Lawless. Our library is named after Lawless. So we definitely still honor Lawless memory, but the school is very new. So the school took an identity, and now we're in the process of recreating an identity, per se, because with COVID, our numbers dwindled. We went from having close to 100 band members to having less than 20.
Damn.
The band you saw for parade season 2020 was definitely not the band we had this year. Mm-hmm. A lot went into that as far as COVID. We just got a new football team. Virtual learning, kids not coming because of virtual learning. We took a massive hit. So this is a new identity in the fall. But as far as our program, I feel we have one of the best programs in the city. Some may disagree, some may agree, but it's things we do that's not always seen that I feel makes us above the rest.
Okay. So man, give your band background for the people who want to know, what middle school, what high school, what college you marched at. Don't be petty, bro. Don't be petty now.
To be bluntly honest with you, bro, and this is me being 100% transparent. I did not march band in elementary nor middle school. I did music, but it was more so professional. I learned to play the drum set at the age of, I want to say 4 or 5, if I'm going off memory correctly. I'm older, so excuse my memory.
Right.
And ever since then, I was actually more focused on the professional side than I was the marching band side, as far as school went. I actually graduated middle school 2003 and went to the dream school that I always used to watch, march down the street. the St. Augustine High School Purple Knights.
Purple, purple. All right, I'm done.
Yes. I graduated high school 2007. I actually turned down the couple of universities that reached out to me about coming, join the band, and I chose to go to Xavier. I chose to stay home. But at Xavier, I, along with a couple of other freshmen and guys I call brothers, we started Xavier's drumline. Folks may remember it, folks may not remember it. But it was impactful to the school because the school never had any form of
Band.
right. At least not to our knowledge. I know they had a football team that went undefeated, but literally, I think that was their last season. They went undefeated.
Damn.
But I went there, and that drumline went to do amazing things as far as making history. The first New Orleans HBCU to march on the streets of New Orleans in Mardi Gras and in Metairie, because we did Metairie Mardi Gras Day. We never really did the New Orleans Mardi Gras. But that's pretty much as far as my marching band history goes. I was actually more focused on professional, to be real.
Okay. So, man, when did you like first fall in love with music, man? Like, what was that first moment like?
I fell in love with music. The quickest memory I could think of was playing pots and pans in my mother's kitchen as she was listening to Teddy Pendergrass, Love TKO. It's everybody's one of their go-to songs.
Right.
And she noticed I was keeping a beat, and I was actually keeping the beat good to say I was only 4 at the time. So that eventually turned into she's put all her money into this one snare drum, and it was a concert snare, but I treated it like it was a concert and a marching snare drum because that's all I had at the time. My musical history actually goes further back than me as far as my family goes. My mother, she knows, she's done her stuff with music. My grandmother was a reverend, God rest her soul, she did pass in 2017. She played the piano. That's kind of where my professional background stems from. But music is just something that, honestly, I tell everybody, it chose me, it adopted me, and I've been enjoying it ever since.
All right. So, man, Joe, man, what would you say makes New Orleans band culture different from any other city?
We the best. Nah, but
he meant that, y'all. He meant that.
I definitely meant it. But this is not a knock to any other city, because quiet as it's kept, I love the Baton Rouge culture too. I love what Javon is doing. I love what Iron did since he broke the news, with him in Scotlandville. I enjoy what Plaquemine and what they've been doing. Texas, as far as Mark out there with Beaumont, and T up there with who is that? Carter High School, I believe. I could be wrong. I love band in general as far as various cultures because everybody is unique. But I think what makes New Orleans the Mecca is because of the history and the rich history of what we've done. And it continues to this day. Some may feel band is dying. I feel band is actually transitioning. It's similar to me, that period before Katrina, 2003, 2004, where bands were down and they started to build themselves back up. But our history, bar none, is rich, and it makes us the best. I feel the city is the best because at any given point in time, any of us can take any of us out as far as programs. No program is really safe. I do, and this is something a friend of mine, Burger Brooks, said, Band Jesus, as he called himself.
Right.
I do feel we got to do a better job as far as protecting home, per se, against out of city bands, out of state bands when they come from Mardi Gras, because we've kind of got a little lax on that aspect. And, you know, we definitely need to push these people who, you know, no offense to some bands, who choose to come the second week of parade season after we've done 11 parades already at that point, you know, to want to pitch a fight. But we don't complain, you know, we still gonna give you what you want, you know. Shout out to Deontay Kennedy with Craig Mount, who came down here last year. They were actually warming up by us for Bacchus last year, and we actually entertained the idea of possibly turning around towards them.
Man, y'all should have did it, man. Crank up, let's go.
I wanted to, and the rest of the staff did too. But at the time, you gotta remember that year we did a lot of parades. We were like doing something almost every day.
Yeah.
So literally, you know, folks knock our band sometimes for how it sounds, and that's perfectly fine. But everybody who had gripes about our performance for Rex, we literally marched almost every day up until that point. Those kids were tired, and they still pushed. We didn't find out we was doing Rex till the week before, and that was the end of the week before.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's back to the question, not to get sidetracked. That's what I feel what makes us the Mecca, as you know, everybody calls.
Okay. So man, so what are y'all looking for in the band student at MLK?
Like I said, education first. You don't have to have a 4.0. We're not looking for brainiacs only. No. I need you to at least have a C or better. You know, a D, we could work with that. You know, if you show that you really want to be a part of this program, we have things set up, and we do have things now set up to where you may not initially join the band while everybody else is practicing, but you can sit there and go through tutoring to get your grades up, and you'll be able to perform with the band at a later date once your grades get up, because we communicate with teachers, and those teachers know who band members are in that school, and they are very quick to pull band members. I seen a child a couple of years ago get pulled off the bus because of grades.
Damn.
And her feelings was hurt, you know, and she was a hitter. She was one of our hitters, but I had to tell her, you didn't take care of business, so now you have to suffer the consequence. So first and foremost, education. Music knowledge, I'm not about to sit here and say you have to have music knowledge. We taught kids that didn't have knowledge to have knowledge. One of our drum majors recently started the band with no knowledge, and he ended his senior year as the best trumpet player in the band.
Damn.
You know, so definitely music knowledge is a plus, but it's not required. We will teach you. Also, outside of that, we're looking for leaders. We're looking for also team members, because you just can't have a band of leaders. You got to have teammates that work with you. You know, trust the process. Trust Mr. Brooks. Trust me. You know, trust the other staff, Zed, the other assistant. You know, trust us. Because I tell them every day, brother, you know, I don't get paid for this. This is technically volunteer time, because New Orleans don't believe in paying us staff like other states do. You know, this is volunteer time, but I'm here to see the best in y'all. So I want to see invest in y'all, but y'all have to help me help y'all. So that's a few things. We look for a laundry list more, but we wait till you show interest to show what we actually are all looking for.
Man, it's my co-host, man, my boy Ricky Joe. I'm pretty sure you know Ricky, man.
Ricky, what's going on?
Oh man, I ain't making no noise.
Ain't making no noise just today.
Oh man, I just come from fishing.
You the man, bro. You the man.
Man, I ain't nobody. I'm just a little old French fry, bro.
Hey Joe, bro, give me your top 5 pre-Katrina bands, bro.
Ooh, first
That's
and
easy.
foremost, the St. Augustine Purple Knights. I don't care what anybody consider a down year. That's the most consistent band in the history of this city. The St. Augustine Purple Knights. Second would be Kennedy to me. Third, believe it or not, although it's a rivalry, 35. I consider 35 to be a good program before the storm, especially Robin Martin years. You know, they was a good band, bro. I definitely, as much as I talk about them, don't want them to get that twisted. Outside of those three, number 4, I like Easton. Everybody may laugh, but I like the early 90s Easton. Even the 96 Easton, I love them because of how clean they were to me. You know, everybody's subjective, you know, here and there. Outside of that, Sarah T. Reed. Sarah T. Reed. Will, yeah, definitely. One other band, I didn't put them up here, but they definitely would be in between St. Aug and Kennedy too. Carl. I can't mention pre-Katrina without mentioning Carl. Carver gave St. Aug a run in the 2000s. Back and forth, but they gave him a run. I can't deny that.
You talking about Carver when Will had him, or when did French get Carver?
Will, definitely. So I would actually put, you know, Carver number 3, but my list wasn't really in order. I was just naming bands.
All right, so man, give me your top 5 post-Katrina bands.
Ooh, this is good. Martin Luther King, Martin Luther King, Martin Luther King, Martin Luther King, Martin Luther King. But seriously, post-Katrina, and this is not in order because I don't like y'all the schools like that. Landry Walker, definitely got to mention them post-Katrina. You got to mention St. Aug, of course, consistency. Got to mention Carl. Those 3 have been holding it down post-Katrina. Outside of that, 4 and 5, you could honestly pick and choose. Believe it or not, number 4 is Mac Main for me. Todrick had them every year he was there almost.
16 and 16, man was a beast, man.
16, people don't remember the 2009 parade season, McMahon, when they was blowing Talking in Your Sleep. I kid you not, I was at the end of a parade one time and I watched them at the end of the parade while another band was blowing at them, blow Talking in Your Sleep and turn and march sideways as they was blowing it. I said, wow.
Damn.
And they was pushing, still while marching sideways. But number 5, believe it or not, and I'm glad this is live so he could come back and see me give him credit, Johnny and Aberson, Johnny and Nelson. Johnny in general, I feel he doesn't get much credit as he should. Mind you, this top 5 list, I didn't put us for a reason. But Johnny doesn't get the respect that he actually should get.
Okay. So man, so Joe, bro, since you are a drummer, man, who's the best high school drum line in the city right now? I got to do it to you, bro.
Yeah, that's easy.
I will say this. If your list don't include West Jeff or Edna Cup,
Right.
throw it in the trash.
Thanks.
Burn it, roll over it, all of the above. I will say this though, and you know, outside of the personal differences that me and him may have, I agree wholeheartedly with what Smash Time Justin said. I do feel drum sections do need to go back to New Orleans. You know, that was actually something that we have been enforcing. You've seen our drum line before. Our drum line has always been old school, Southern old school New Orleans. We never really strayed away from that.
Right.
2019, we started to because the kids wanted to do what everybody else was doing, but I had to explain to them, you know, we're not trying to look like everybody else. We're trying to look like us. We have no identity as a school, so we need to stand out. We're not going to stand out playing and looking like everybody else. Side note, we did Battle West Def 2019. Muses Parade.
Yeah,
the YouTube video that's out there didn't catch the drum section back. Now, I will be wholeheartedly honest. I don't call a winner in that battle. People may say West Jeff was better, and I'm okay with that. But the reason why I don't call a winner, two different styles. It was hard to judge because my section, our band was bringing it just like their band was. So, Trey, wherever you are, you can hold that W, you can do whatever you want to do with it, brother. You ain't gonna get a reaction out of me.
Trey, you heard that, Trey?
Trey already said he's masters, and you know, I don't say nothing to it.
Hey, Rick, man, you got some questions, bro?
Oh man, I'm just listening. Well, you know, I have an unbiased opinion in all this shit.
Go ahead, brother. I love to hear. Go ahead.
Oh no, man. Like, I'ma say this. Everybody talk bad about Easton. But when Brooks was at Easton, wasn't nobody really running up on him but the Walkers and the St. Augs. If he could get the student numbers he had at Easton at MLK, my.
Right.
But like what you were saying earlier, the difference between St. Aug pre-Katrina, they was more consistent than everybody.
Agreed.
Like you might like a lot of people fail to mention, like they always talk about bands. They forget to talk about 96 John Mack, Black Cat here. All I need. 96 St. Aug, Killing Me Softly in the Superdome. See, I was marching in the band at them times in high school.
2002 John Mack. They had some good songs they played that year as well.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hello?
Man, mute your mic, man. Damn. Yeah. So, Joe, man, what's some of the best advice that you've gotten since you become, an assistant, or just best advice overall, not just dealing with band, just best life advice?
Well, let me first off, because I explained a little bit about my professional band history. I didn't explain my director history. So let me go back and explain that a little bit too. When I went to college, my career path wasn't being a band director. I saw how my peers used to drive the hell out of the band directors at all the schools down here. And I didn't want to go and just grow gray hair early, although my hair is blonde now. But I actually was fortunate to be part of two programs that started from scratch and, is building up. I actually started once Louis Ford, who is also a St. Aug alumni, asked me to come help him at Lafayette Academy when Lafayette band first started, 2011, 2012. And I was his drum instructor and assistant there. And you can ask anybody who was there. One thing about it, you had your feelings about the band, but that drum section you knew was coming with it. And my drummers ended up going fill some of these more popular high schools. And I take pride in that. 2015 is when I got to King. King had the band a few years before I got there, but it's still a growing program because it's a post-Katrina program. The best advice I gotten has honestly all came from Brooks. Because quiet as it's kept, Brooks is molding me to one day, you know, which he's hopeful I haven't agreed to anything, be a band director, a head director myself. The best advice he gave me was run your program. Don't worry about what nobody else got to say about your program. You doing what you got to do, run your program the way you see fit. People gonna talk, people gonna say what they want to say, bad or good. Run your program. And just a heads up for folks, if we do get a band season this year, you will see that from me a lot this year.
Okay. So man, what was your best memory about being in the band?
Oh man. Cause it's a good bit, to be honest. Quiet as it's kept, and I, you know, again, admit something I don't really talk about a lot. I low-key, I guess you'll say, got zipped my freshman year of high school.
Not your freshman year, man.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why I ended up getting zipped. Was because I didn't have some of the required stuff that I needed to perform. I'll be the first to tell anybody, my mother was not a wealthy person, but she fought. And she fought hard to get me into that school and pay for that school. St. Aug is not cheap. St. Aug is 10 grand a semester, I believe now, maybe it might be more. When I was there, St. Aug was 4,000 or 5,000 a semester. So, yeah, she fought hard. So I just didn't feel right at the time asking her for more money for stuff after I realized she just paid pretty much probably what she had. So I got zipped for a short minute, but I ended up coming back once I got everything taken care of. You know, shout out to Mr. Fields, who was a band director at the time. But my greatest memory, to be perfectly honest, the tunnel. It's just something about going up that tunnel at Tag On. And it's something about going up that tunnel with that St. Aug uniform.
Your pride, man.
People expecting you to bring it as you come up that tunnel. I never had a bad tunnel experience. Never.
Rick, man, you got something?
Man, like I say, in honor of Joe, I'm gonna play this for
him. Ain't no telling what he about to play.
I gotta hear this one.
Ain't no telling.
I gotta hear this one.
You about to crank out some St. Aug watch.
Oh, I know. I'm about to see.
y'all can hear it?
Yeah, let it roll.
The best police beat history. Yep.
Doing that spin, come up the tunnel, doing that spin, come up the tunnel.
Man. Let me tell you something about that kid. Yeah. See that kid is there?
Well,
That kid is there. It's powerful.
mm-hmm.
Because anytime, and it's a New Orleans thing. It's gotta be, you know, anytime that cadence is played, it's like you get that energy, your second whim, but the crowd also recognizes what you play too, and they get hyped for it. Is that cadence, man? It's just an unbelievable feel.
Joe, I'm gonna ask you some questions from the assistant band director standpoint.
Okay.
Because you know I served as assistant band director in Lake Charles.
Oh, word.
Huh?
I said word. Didn't know that.
Yeah. How do you, as an assistant, go into a new program on staff somewhere and grab the mindset of the kids and make them buy into what you bring into what they already have?
That's a good question.
Very good question. And I'm gonna use King for an example because I could use Lafayette, but by them not already having an established program, it was a lot easier. When I first got to King, that was Brooks' main thing. He tells it to everybody who comes around to help the band and, you know, support. He gives you that one advice: come around often. Let the kids see you. Let the kids know, you know, who you are, get to know you. And one thing about kids, they'll tell you whether they like you or whether they don't. From my standpoint, I came in and I got challenged literally the first practice by one of the band members. He realized I played cymbals in marching band, and he just felt the need to just scope me out the entire practice. One thing about Brooks that people may not know, if Brooks finds out you play cymbals, Brooks will pick up a pair of cymbals and start twirling. People may not know that Brooks can actually twirl, but Brooks can definitely twirl. Don't sit there and assume he didn't learn anything from that powerful line he used to have at East. But Brooks ended up calling me out on the cymbals, and Brooks did one little maneuver, and I did one maneuver, and by the time my maneuver was finished, the entire band stopped looking and said, "Ooh." So after that, the kid came up to me, he shook my hand, he said, "Yeah." He said, "You stand with us." But the main thing I do is show the kids I care. I'm knocking on doors when I'm at the school. Teachers, what are you doing? He messing up? His grades look good? Cool. Let me go to the next teacher. I actually sit there and I'll walk home because I'm gonna check on your education first. Because that'll tell me everything if you're gonna be an effective player, an effective bandsman. But not just that, man. I do my damnedest job to relate to these kids. I'm not as young as them. I'm 31. I'm not old, but I'm not young either. So I connect with them a little bit more than what Brooks does, because Brooks is more, I ain't gonna say his age, but closer to 50 than me. So it's easier for me to connect with them because I know what they like and I know what they do compared to Brooks.
Okay.
Man, some advice I can give you,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, everybody can talk band, everybody can, but can you actually do band? And when when you ask them can they do band, they don't know how to answer that because they really can't, because they don't realize as an assistant director, it's not about you putting on the coat. It's not about you putting on that hat. It's not about you telling people, oh, I'm on staff over here. But as the assistant band director, you got to make sure the back lines together on the football field. You got to make sure kids have their music. You got to make sure valves are unstuck. You know what I'm saying? You got to play a good enough part on staff to make the band director job easier, because the band director got to deal with the kids, the parents, the politics, and the front office. So, you know, as an assistant, man, you have to be able to walk in front of that band and look just like the band director, you know?
Right.
You know, when the band director step away, you in charge.
Yep.
You know, the thing is, I always, if you ever see me get in front of a band, I don't give a damn what band it is. I'm gonna let them know off the back. Listen, I know I'm not your band director, but I'm on the podium. You don't look at the person that's up there. Respect everybody that get on that podium and go ready up to teach you a song. You might not like their style, you might not grasp what they're doing, but you have to sit up and enjoy that time that person is caring enough to teach you that rhythm. Go over that with you. You know, most assistant directors are never gonna be liked by the kids because they want to be the head band director with no degree.
Right.
You know, if they all learn to get on those kids level and make sure they're good, like sometimes you might see a couple kids on trips that don't have money. Guess what? As the assistant director, get what you do. Hey man, what's going on? How's everything going? You got
what
everything.
You need.
You got everything. Listen, if you ain't got no money for this trip, man, when we do our food stop, make sure you come find me. I'm gonna pull you to the side. I'm gonna give you some money. And if you know it's tight, you don't have no money to go on a trip, ask your mama how much she could do, and I'll put together something to make sure. Because when you don't leave them kids behind, them kids will never leave out their heart for you. You know,
exactly.
And that's an assistant. To change,
and people get that twisted, bro. They do.
Yeah. To change one student life is to change 5 students. Because when it's going to be 5 out of 7 that's being neglected somewhere in their life, maybe school, home, in the band, their section, whatever. But when they see you save one, the other folk gonna come and start coming around y'all. So now, instead of saving one, you got 5 out of 7. So now your goal is to get to 7 out of 7. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, you go check on grades. As an assistant director, go talk to the principal. Hey, how you doing? I know we get out of practice at 5, but can we get out at 5:30, 5:45? Because when we get out of school, I need 30 minutes to 45 minutes with my students to do study hall. I want to make sure everybody doing their grade. If you slacking in class, I need you in study hall to get caught up. Because once you show the principle that you for them students with the education, there's no barrier in place. Because the thing is, once that principal, Joe, sees that you really care about what they got going on as far as education in them kids, get what happened? That door stay open a long time. And most people lose that ability to be able to walk on campus and be known. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was at Washington Marion, man, I worked the summer camp 2 weeks. I said, I'm getting ready to go, y'all. No, Mr. Rick, you got to be for the Jamboree. A 2-week summer camp turned into a 4-year career.
Oh, Washington Marion.
And you know the thing is, man, build that rapport with the kids.
Yep.
Once the kids love you and take an interest in you, the front staff can't do nothing but respect you, because you're taking kids that's not like, you got to have a pause about yourself to where you can see kids cutting class and call them, listen, man, why you always cutting class? Why you ain't going to class? I don't like that elective, so guess what? Now let's go to the principal. Hey, man, look, this kid can be on the color guard or this. Put him in the band class. He don't like that teacher. It's early in the semester. Can we get him switched over? Or can I go talk to that teacher? Look, Miss such and such, I know what you call a troublemaker, but I can control him in the band room. For your hour, can I get his work and he come to me? But the deal is, he got to do his work. You know, when you set standards and goals like that in the class, in them kids' education, like, it's nothing the front office gonna tell you no about. But if you walk around like them kids' lives don't matter, you'll never get nowhere as an assistant.
Man, and you'd be surprised. There's people like that in the system. I do agree wholeheartedly with what you said, you know, which is why, you know, y'all see when y'all out there during parade time, you barely see Brooks.
Yeah.
It's set up that way for you not to see Brooks. Brooks is around. I could look to my left and point Brooks right out in, you know, wherever he is. But it's not meant for him to be seen. You know, he's doing what he needs to do. I'm in front of the band. I'm running the program. I do agree wholeheartedly. An assistant job is to make the band director's job much easier. But like I tell them, because they're like, Mr. Joe, you know, everybody know you up in the band row? I said, no. And I said, to be quite honest with you, I really don't care. It's not about me. My time is over. I'm not about to walk St. Charles Street. I'm sorry. I'm older. I can't do it no more. You know, this is y'all time. You know, this is y'all moment. We're going to make this moment good for y'all to represent the school, to represent yourselves, your family, etc. You know, man, I think that gets misconstrued a lot as far as the band culture goes on what the assistant is, what our role is. And, you know, I really am not pointing no names and pointing no fingers at anybody, but I see it a lot while I'm looking at him like, dude, you talking more than the band director is. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? It's not about you.
And another thing in the band world as an assistant, yeah, they write, a lot of them write music. Me, I pay people to write my music. I got people that'll write songs for me if I send it to them. But I'm gonna teach that arrangement to that program I'm with. But just because you can write music,
Don't mean you can teach it.
No, don't mean you got to be arrogant. Like you'll hear some people talk down on other people's programs, but when you see them in front of the band, you be like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck? Nigga, what key change was that? Shit.
Right.
And you know, and my biggest pet peeve with the band world, people not playing music that fit their program.
No, I agree.
That's why I like Eric French. he writes for his band.
Thanks.
He writes for his band. You know, you might hear the Thong song and Jumpstart that he played, but everything else, if he writes something for notice, the stuff he wrote at Walker, his band don't play it.
Right.
You know, he writes for the strength of his band. And you know, man, you as an assistant, it goes back to the foundation. You got to have a rapport with them kids, man.
Yep.
You know, they got some people as assistants want to be up with the jackets, the hats, the titles, the accolades, and all that. But you got kids that you could drop off on the way home from after a long parade and have them kids walking in neighborhoods. That's, I ain't just talking about in the city. I'm talking about everywhere. Let them kids walk home. Then when something happens, you want to cry. No, don't cry. You should have been a grown up and gave them kids a ride.
Exactly.
It's just some things that I done as assistant band director that forever changed my outlook on band directors and with bands. Because my cousin, she at Washburn, she taught me a lot. It's a lot of things that I know about bands, like rehearsing concert bands and all that. We actually used to go through that stuff. I'm like you, Joe. When I was at Washburn my first 2 years, when you saw Ready Up, you might seen her calling out, ESPN or some shit like that. But 9 times out of 10 at Washburn for the battle, you saw me. Why? Because I went in the band room and demanded full attention and energy. And the thing is, that's the true statement. One band, one sound. But get what goes on at the end of the day. You punish the captains and the drum majors, the rest of the band gonna fall in line.
I agree.
Man. So, man, I applaud everything you doing for the youth, Joe. I'm for it. My years as an assistant band director over with. Them days for me over with. And I applaud you for being in them kids' lives and doing everything you're doing, because some people, they just do it to say, oh, I'm here. And then when the program that they with have a bad year, they disappear. That's the thing. A lot of assistants across the board, when the school have a down year, they haul ass. But when they get back good, they want to show up.
Man, and that's why I've been with the school for so long, man. I'm not gonna sit here and lie like I haven't gotten offers to take me away from the school. I've gotten numerous, but I stay here and I stay where I'm at because of these kids, because I want to see these kids succeed. I want to see this program, to the top where I do feel it can be. It's a lot that happens behind the scenes that people don't realize this band goes through. And like I tell anybody, the band you see for parade season, the MLK band you see, be literally under the uniform duct tape and paper clips. We pieced it together. Y'all did the Met parade with us. We did in 2019, man. Those kids was happy to see those brand new uniforms they put on that day. And I remember that excitement as long as I live. I kid y'all not. Because at that moment, they felt like they was the top band in the city. Which I appreciate them always feel that way, because you need to be confident in yourself. But that moment, you saw it in their face. It's a lot of assistants have to deal with, because these, not bashing other assistants, a lot of them do haul ass when situations get bad. Specifically, King's situation, 2020, before the last parade season we had. Y'all know the story. We joke about it a lot. our school parade. Safe to say, I ain't gonna say car embarrassed us. They did. But here and that's 4 bands behind you sound like they're right behind you. And it wasn't because of our band wasn't doing what they had to do. It was because y'all remember Carr had a Navy band coming down the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those kids was demoralized after that parade towards the end because people stopped paying attention to them and they started paying attention to Carr, who was 2 streets back.
Right.
But as an assistant, I see them frustrated, and I came back into the equation. I said, look, yeah, it sucks. I can be the first person to tell you it does suck. But I said, for the rest of this parade, I need y'all to push. And I need y'all to push as much as I know y'all can. And they did. They got on the bus, still some uneasiness after everything that happened. But I guarantee y'all, man, this is why, I'll be the first to say it on record. We're getting a school media team next year because it's a lot people don't see that they should be seeing.
Right. Behind the scenes.
Those kids worked so hard. That band that came a la that night we played Velvet Rope Under the Bridge. When I tell you from the beginning of that parade to the end, them kids was pushing every single song. I had never in my life heard acoustics come off the building of the St. Charles and Napoleon turn. That night it did, because they was pushing around the corners of the street. Because I told them before we got the bus, I said, look, what happened MLK school parade day is over with. Y'all set the tone. Y'all set the tone, and it starts now. We were supposed to battle that day, but Abe ended up battling Carver, and that battle between us two never happened. Will it happen? I guess I gotta wait till the last game of football season to see if it actually does happen.
Oh shit.
I'm not giving away really the schedule like talking about it, but that is a school we will see because they're part of our district. It's already been put out there by Easton. That's another school we'll see. So Brooks is going to see his old school.
I will be down for that one.
Yeah. Just so say this much as far as me as an assistant. Look, anybody who listening, who watching, I appreciate the recognition people give me. I definitely appreciate it. But it's the kids, man. People take my humbleness as I don't care what they see. It's not that I don't care, it's I'm a humble person. I push everything towards them. They play the instruments. I just tell them and guide them to the best of my abilities.
Right.
Look, I'm not a horn player. I'll be the first to admit that. But I know something about how to teach them the music, how to tell them to play the parts correctly on their horn.
Right.
Quiet as kept, I am learning mellophone. That's another little side thing. Anywho.
Hop in the All-Star band, bro.
Man, I ain't there yet. Let me get some time under my belt and learn this horn the way I want to. Then yeah, I don't mind helping Charles, man. Charles is a good dude. Good dude. So to put this into perspective, because I know you probably about to ask me what to expect from King this year.
Yep.
MLK will be a young band. I'm not about to sit here and we coming out 120 strong. No, this will be a young band. The kids that were 6th graders when I first got there are gonna be juniors at this point. So a lot of the original band, that 2017 band that battled Johnny in Lakefront Arena, majority of that band is gone. They all graduated at this point. So it's gonna be a lot of new and a lot of young faces. But to any band out there, I'm gonna get closer to the screen when I say this. It may be new, but don't take that as a weakness. The defensive band you used to see is not going to be a defensive band next year. We plan to be an aggressive band next year. Now, when we choose to be aggressive, you got to wait and see. But I will tell you, you're going to see us a lot of band battles at a certain point. You can see all these people who I've heard, who I've listened to.
Yeah, Joe, let them know.
Who said this about King Band? King Band sound this way. That's cool. I took that. I wrote it down. Y'all gonna laugh because I'm gonna be holding a receipt book all band season next year. I kept receipts for a reason. Who said what? I'm gonna hold up. I'm gonna hold up my black book that I didn't put everything everybody done said about this band in this little black book. And I'm gonna have it with me. So, best believe, one way or another, y'all gonna see us. One way or another. It may not be the beginning of the year, may not be the end of the year, the middle of the year, but one way or another, you're gonna see us.
Okay.
And I put the claim on that because a battle that I feel, and this is me adding the questions to the interview, a battle I feel needs to happen at some point in the future is Brooks versus French. The battle of the Night War, as I call it. Because I love what French is doing. French, my boy, indeed. I love what he's doing.
Yes, indeed.
But let's not act like before you got that King wasn't holding down the Night War. So, and that's me speaking for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how these kids feel too.
So, we got a question. So, Joe, man, somebody wants to know what was the best MLK band since you've been there?
So many good years, bro. I can't see who asked the question. I don't know who asked the question, but if I had to put it into battle band as far as MLK went. And the reason why I kind of broke this up that way was because 2 years stick out to me as the best MLK bands, 2017 and 2019. 2017 was the best band because of how we were young, but we didn't matter. People don't know because it was never filmed. We battled St. Aug that year before Dilla Parade. St. Aug will tell you, oh, we didn't.
Hold on, y'all. We got him back.
Yeah, you sure enough during the battle. I know you had to start the parade, but the parade started like another 15, 20 minutes after. So yeah, that year we battled Johnny, his first year. That was a good battle band. The more complete band to me was 2019. 2019. That was the best King band in my humble opinion. 2017 was a better trumpet line, but 2019 was the more complete band. Lots of good battles that year. Asia,
Was 2019 the year y'all wore the uniform?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good year for y'all.
Yeah.
And,
that was-
and Joe, let me say this. Some of the people that criticize a lot of bands and got the most to say, like in the band world now, a lot of people that got a lot to say and always got something to say about bands that all over across the world, they went to trash ass schools and was trash on their fucking horns too. But
man,
you got
I don't let that bother me though.
No, I ain't talking. I'm just saying in general. Like, it's a lot of people. Man, I don't even say nothing because I got rapport with band directors that be like, man, that nigga wasn't no ass kicker. That nigga was on fourth, and I ain't have no fourth.
I do my research, dog.
Some of them niggas should have been color guards.
Man, look, I don't pay them no mind. But one thing, anybody, I tell you about me, I will approach you and I will address you about addressing those band students. We had an incident during Mardi Gras Day last year when we was marching Rex. Somebody said something out the way and I addressed them because you're not about to address these kids like they adults. I'm the adult here, address me. You know, as far as these naysayers and whoever got something bad to say about King, you know, that's cool. Brooks ain't on social media because he don't want to listen to all that. But see me, I'm the ignorant one. Please come address me so I can address you.
Right.
Everybody see how I be almost to the point of ready to fight somebody because I'm passionate behind these kids. And I will fight somebody behind these kids. Your opinion doesn't matter to them, and I don't want it to matter to them. But to me, it's gonna matter to me because you're gonna stop. If it's something I ain't doing, tell me what I'm doing wrong, but you address me. You don't address this bank. It's simple as that. It's respect, dog. And a lot of these band heads need to learn that. To be perfectly honest, I don't even pay attention to the band head community a lot of times. I remove myself from some of the groups. I'm not even trying to listen to it because we're not talking about nothing productive. Let's talk about how we're gonna get the city back to where it needs to be. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how, you know, y'all coming to help these band directors in these schools y'all graduated from bands become better than what they are. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about real stuff. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mean to, you know, get so
no, man, you good, bro. Speak
on y'all show. But let's talk about real stuff, man. Let's talk about real band stuff, bro. People don't talk about that enough because everybody want to beat around the bush. Everybody want to, you know, Todrick, Chalupa, all these other band directors, they're good people. I take nothing from them. But I'm trying to beat these people. I'm cool with being your friend, but I'm also trying to get a program as good, if not better than yours. Not just say I'm better, but because I want these kids to get the recognition they deserve.
Right.
And I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that comment I just made. Trust me, I don't care. I'm a competitive person. See, Joe been quiet these last few years. It's a lot of talking people about to see Joe do this year. And it's a lot of talking because I want these kids to feel the energy that I'm giving. And I want these kids to take that same energy. They already are. People don't see it yet, but we see it at the school because we know this is about to be a good year for us and this is about to be a good start. New identity for King this year. New logo.
Man, Joe, bro, somebody in the comments said, man, ask Joe about all them L's MLK was giving people.
Oh, look here. Because I know who's asking these questions. And I'm cool with him asking these questions because that's my former drum major. He could do that. But it's a lot of L's people want to admit they took from King. And that's fine. That's fine. You could take your so-called W. Look, again, as in my little receipt book. I'm gonna hold it up again, as in my receipt book. Wiping the slate clean this year. Everybody who battled us, you're gonna have to see us again. Because I'm gonna clarify for you this time that you took an L. So this is my petty moment here to interview now. Now I'm gonna talk my shit.
Go ahead, Joe. Let them know.
I'm gonna talk my shit this time now, you know, because people have disrespected this school and disrespected this band for too long. Too long. And I said that and I let it happen because I don't pay people no mind. I really don't give a damn what a band here thinks about my band. I know what we doing. I know what we deal with. I know what our problems, our strengths, our weaknesses is. I'm gonna tell you like this. People can go back and look at the tapes. The band spoke for itself. Baritone section was one of the best in the city to me because we didn't have euphoniums, but them baritones was definitely felt and heard last year. The best, not last year, 2020, I'm sorry. The best battle to me that we had was the Livingston battle. And I'm gonna tell you why that battle was good. It's a lot that was not caught on tape. No offense to the cameraman, you know, Jamal, my boy, you know, much love to Jamal, much prosperity to Smash Time and all that. But they got there after 3-4 songs was already played. People in that video saw the tired side of the band. People didn't see the beginning side of the band. You know, so if people want to give Livingston that W, I have no problems with it. Dedrick is a good person. That's my boy. You know, I never talk bad about his program because that man built something in the first year.
Right. Facts.
But he gonna see us again too.
Man.
I want, in my humble opinion, and this is me being humble, I'm not being arrogant at all. I want everybody. And the reason why I want everybody is because I want to see where we are. I want to see the progress we have made. It's not about really winning and losing to me. It's about us as a program progressing forward. And that's what it boils down to for me. Everybody is telling me, and I kid you not, you can look all over social media. Man, if you lose to this band next year during football season, you lose to this band, you might as well just close up shop. We may not even go to every football game next year. And that's me being bluntly honest. We don't know what's going on with COVID. You know, we don't know how next year looks right now. It may look like everything is getting back together, but something may turn around and, you know, derail that.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you like this. The more important thing to me is going to be progression, week to week. I'm gonna put the cat out of the bag now. The parade season band you're gonna see is definitely gonna be different from the football season band.
Cutting heads, huh?
I'm gonna keep quiet on the parade season band. You'll just have to see it because the planning part about it, bro, and this is the funny part, and I'm gonna say it because I know people gonna watch this. It's gonna be hard to plan for us next year because our parades are not the same next year. We did that purposely. Our games, you don't know which one we're gonna show up to. We doing that purposely. It's gonna be very tough to game plan because we may not even blow back. And it is not because we scared, it's because we're purposely not. Like I'm saying here now, and this is for everybody to hear. We battle y'all on our time. Not when you want to do it. So
Okay. And we got somebody in the comments. Oh, the same guy. He said, man, ask Joe why MLK has never been considered the top 5 band.
because flat out they hate. And that's my answer to that. But the realistic answer, people really don't understand this school. And that's my thing on it. People would never consider this band a top 5 band, and I'm okay with that. You know, should King be considered a top 5 band? That 2017 band definitely should have been considered a top 10, arguably top 5 band. And I heard that from band directors, certain ones. I'm not gonna name them because I don't want any shit to get started. But that was a good year for this program. 2019, that was a good year for this program.
Yep.
My intentions is this: before I hang it up and I walk away, I want them to at least, if they don't get in the number 1 spot, get close. If it's number 2, I'm okay with that. If that's number 3, number 4, number 5, they're in the top 5. I'm okay with that. But if y'all let us get this number 1 spot, y'all will not hear the end of it until 2028 Christmas. And the reason why I say that is because them kids deserve it. Those are kids that have terrible situations. All kids do in high school. Those kids do too. And they deserve much love too. People don't realize the school is back there. That's the only reason why people don't put this band in a lot of conversations.
Mm-hmm.
No football season, people don't see this band. But that's changing this year with the help of Johnny, with the help of you, with the help of Keith, with the help of other cameramen, with the help of our own media team. It won't be hard to find us.
Okay.
But again, will we batter you is the question. Our time, not y'all's.
Okay. Rick, man, you got any last questions, man? Any last comments, bro? This fool got his mic muted. Hold on. Turn your mic on. I don't know what that boy doing. Ricky, man, turn your mic on.
Why he doing that? I'm gonna talk my shit some more.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Band heads of the city, I implore y'all, and this is me talking straight up. This is the non-competitive me talking now. I implore y'all to get into these schools. I implore y'all to help these kids. You see it on the news. These band directors can tell you we are losing kids to these streets. And band is an outlet that some of these kids have left. We gotta do better as a community and get in these schools and help the band directors, help me, help the assistants, help the staff, help the administrators, help the school. I implore y'all, as much as we talk about we the Mecca, as much as we talk this cash money shit that we talk to each other, let's do something real. Let's get in these schools and save these kids. That's real to me. Because I'm gonna tell you, I tell these kids in this band room, I'm not a gangster. I never pretended to be a gangster, never wanted to be a gangster. But I want them to be better than me. I want them to be better than I have been in life. That's what's real to me. So my plea to the band head community, and I'm a screen record this, and I'm gonna post it on my pages all over social media because I want this message to get out. You need to get, get in these schools and help.
Okay. So Joe, man, any words of encouragement, any words of advice for your band, man?
Ooh, I like this question. My number one thing to my band members is no weak shit. No weak shit. And you come in here as young adults, young men, young women. You come to play, you come to have fun. At the end of the day, you have fun. Once you graduate, these memories are gone. And they are memories at this point.
Right.
My words of encouragement to my band, if they're watching, or if they watch this after the case is, take care of business and you'll be all right. For those who don't know, our kids actually just helped clean up the Lower Nine community. I posted about it on my page and the band page.
Man, shout out to y'all for that.
Yes, sir. I preach to them daily. Love your community and your community will love you back.
Facts.
So that's my word of motivation to my kids. Get hungry. Definitely get hungry because I want you to be hungry because I'm hungry to get y'all to where y'all want to be. Because Lord have mercy, and I'm going to say it again. If these kids unleash the way I know they potentially can, it's going to be a problem in this city next year. Whether it's 5, 25, 85. We coming.
Hey, yeah, I heard it, man. That man said they coming. Be on the lookout.
Y'all know, because I already know my kids gonna see this and they gonna laugh. Brooks gonna see this and he gonna laugh at me too. You're painting the target on our back. No. I'm doing what these kids want me to do. They say I've been too quiet, bro. They say
Hey.
I'm not talking like these other band directors.
Hey, bro. Hey, look, what they always say about the quiet ones, them the ones you gotta watch, huh?
Yeah. They say I'd be too quiet, but I'm quiet because I like to work, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to be the person that's the focal point. I don't like them. So I'm gonna talk my shit this year just because they want me to, but I'm gonna go back to being humble me. To my band directors, to my assistants too, because we have definitely good assistants in this city. I don't want to shake hands when I first see y'all. I'm sorry. No, I don't want to shake hands. We can shake hands afterwards. Time to use these horns and let these kids have fun. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, man, with that being said, y'all, that's a perfect way to close it out. And Joe, I appreciate it, man. Me and you gonna talk after. Like I said, y'all be on the lookout for MLK, man. They coming.
We got to get Brooks on this, man.
Oh, yeah, we got to, man. Hey, let them know.
I'm going to work on the school. Next week, I believe, is our last week of school.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get with him and we can get this hooked up so we can get this interview going because he's going to be the humble one. I'm going to be the talker.
Hey, man, look, let me know when y'all band camp start. I can probably come down there.
Okay, I'm gonna say it up here too because I'm actually supposed to be posting on the page. I'm sorry, I'm slacking. Like I said, our band camp is now June 1st. It's no longer June 14th. If you need a home, a band home, you have none. You want one. Horn, drum. You could be a color guard for all intents purposes. We got spots for you. We have kids, but we want more. We got spots for you. You want a guaranteed scholarship? We got a spot for you. You want guaranteed music education? We got a spot for you. Guaranteed music technology education. We got a spot for you. Choose King.
Hey, drop the mic. Drop the mic. Hey, man, look, it's been a good interview. Joe, man,
Yes,
if you
sir.
ever need anything, man, let me know. You already know.
Hey, once we get the schedules and stuff locked down, I'm gonna be in contact with you too, Ricky. And we're gonna get y'all set up, bro, so y'all can come down here to some of these games for us, man.
All right, man. Appreciate that, bro. Man, y'all be easy, man.
All right.
All right.